Can everybody hear us? I know you hear me before. Can everybody hear us? Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we were already live. Hi, guys.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. We everything around here is casual anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead. Awesome. So we'll get started. We can hear. All right. So tell us who you are.
I'm Erika from ErikaPrints, and I've been 3D printing for a little over a year. So I'm kind of a newbie compared to a lot of people in this room.
There's a lot going on here.
Yes.
A lot of people. So what do you do for a living?
So I don't, I'd love to 3D print full time or something, but I don't. In my day job, I just started a new job, and I work at a cancer center, and I am designing new types of clinical trials so that we can get answers about cancer treatment faster and more efficiently.
Wow. She's a real life hero, guys. She's saving the world.
It's funny. I was describing my job to like an 8-year-old, and that job's like real in the details and stuff. And she looked at me and she's like, "So basically, you're saving millions of lives."
Right.
And I was like, "That's exactly it. You write all of my job descriptions from here on out."
Basically, I'm a superhero.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, basically.
All right. So how did you get into 3D printing?
My brother-in-law has been 3D printing for years. He got into it, he's an architect.
Yeah.
So he got into it in school, and then he ran their 3D printing lab in college.
Yeah.
And so it seemed super interesting, super cool, the stuff he could do.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with like a free money. I'd done a project and I was like, okay, we can do anything we want with this. Let's buy a printer.
Right.
And so we bought a printer then.
And then it was over.
Then everything I've spent since has also been on printers.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Every penny.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go to coffee, it goes to printers.
That is literally it. That's the game.
Yeah. All right. So what are you? I know you've only been here for a few minutes. You're kind of the first one, so you haven't had a lot of chance. What have you seen so far that's like your favorite thing that you've come across out here?
So there's a ton of cool filament that I want to go look at more protoposters out here. There's a brand right around the corner that's recycling from plastic bottles into filament that I'm pretty excited to take a better look at that.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the top things I'm going to go look at right after this.
Yeah, awesome. So you recycle filament?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saving the world again. I don't know. You think you have to save all of it. No, it's great. So why do you do that? Why is that something that you got really passionate about getting to?
Yeah. So when we started printing and just the amount of waste that we were creating, because I started out at an Elegoo, and there was some failed prints, that kind of thing. Well, then I got an A1 Mini, and I got the AMS going, and then it was so much waste. And I just kind of assumed somebody was doing something with this because all of my IRL friends that were printing also had these massive tubs of filament waste. So I was like, well, there's somewhere to send this. And I was looking for something and couldn't really find anything. There was like one guy that used to do it, but he charged you just to send him filament, and he wasn't even doing that anymore. And I was like, well, somebody needs to do it. Why not me?
Right. Yeah. Hey, we're super excited about it. I think it's a great thing to do. And I have books that are supposed to already be at your house that I'm definitely sending you, but I don't know when.
Sometime.
Life happens.
Exactly.
So I just got a couple of boxes of filament waste sitting in my office waiting.
So good to go. Really get them out of your house.
Yeah, I really got to get that shipped. It never happens. So what does the process look like? So like, what are the different components? How do you run through that?
Yeah, so the first step is the shredder. And I did something a little bit different from kind of what it would be expected. Is there are made for 3D printing shredders, and instead of that we went with an industrial plastic crusher. And the reason we did that is because the made for 3D printing, they've got a very small volume, they move pretty slow, and you can't get a very big print into them. And what I really wanted to be able to do is, this print, like I have a version of this box that I'd say failed, but it was an AMS mapping problem, so printer failed. But so that it's just it failed. And it's a pretty good size box, and I want to just toss that, recycle it, and move on.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted from that shredder. And we did a lot of research on it, and got that first because we weren't really sure that would work. Nobody had talked about doing that before.
Yeah.
So we got that months ahead of time, found that you can actually take full failed prints, massive. I've taken molds where people have like melted down filament.
Oh, yeah.
And you can still shred those, and you get a very even kind of pellet mixture. And so that's what you get from it.
Okay.
Next step is to dry that because you really have to have dry filament for anything to work.
Yeah.
One of the first lines we ran, we didn't dry because I didn't want to set up the dryer. I was excited to go. And you could actually see like where the filament water had boiled out and it was creating bubbles in the filament.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So dryer is important. And that's when we mix in new filament pellets because you can't really get good filament if it's 100% failed print.
Right.
We did try some of that, and it does print. I have things. This is actually 100% recycled filament.
Okay.
But in the process of that, it's really brittle and it breaks in your printer a lot. Like I think I fixed the filament 2 or 3 times probably in printing this little thing.
Okay, so not terribly user friendly.
Right, and most people aren't going to want to deal with that. And like selling on the TikTok shop like I do, it's really, really easy to get in trouble for something that like isn't working well. So we went to like a 50-50 blend. So I mix it there, and then after that it's the extrusion step. Extruder is exactly kind of what you'd expect. You dump pellets in the top. It extrudes through. And the part that I feel like breaks people's brains is that the next step is a water bath. And it's like, who wants wet filament? But you have to have a pretty controlled temperature drop.
Yeah.
And so that's the water bath, and that's the industry standard way for doing it. But it is a little counterintuitive that you throw a bunch of water on your filament.
Right. Yeah.
So then you put it under tension, get it all straightened out, and then you spool it. And then you end up with one of these.
Yeah.
So these are 10-meter, just little test packs, basically, enough to print a couple of benchies or something.
Yeah, and guys, we have those at the booth if you want to pick one up.
Yes.
We have them.
And then I printed a couple of little flexi toys that say I used to be a failed print.
Nice.
But yeah, so you get filament out of it. And we're upgrading the line. I just upgraded the hauler so that I could extrude at like 3 times the pace.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But that means I have to upgrade my water bath now
Right.
because now it's not cooling efficiently.
Right.
So it's kind of a once you start
Dominoes.
doing right dominoes exactly.
Definitely. All right. So how and where and how can people find recycled filament to buy from you?
Yeah, I am on TikTok shop right now. At some point, if something happens to TikTok, I might expand to like a Shopify. But right now, I am just on TikTok, and so I've got on my shop there at ErikaPrints.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And then how do people send filament to you? Because I know you have to actually give them that address.
Yes. And so you send me a DM, I'll give you the address. The only thing I ask is keep your PLA and your PETG separate.
Yes.
And then in the box, put your username and what type of filament it is.
Okay.
And I have to say, like, people have been really great about that, both of like being really careful with their filament, labeling it. I have not had a single box that we've had to throw away because either we couldn't identify what it was or because it was mixed filament. People have been amazing, and so many people have sent filament. I've received hundreds of pounds of filament, stuff that would have been thrown away and now isn't. I've been really, really amazed by the people of TikTok, the 3D printing community, and how they have helped us.
We got some good people.
Got some good folks.
Some
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything you want to make sure you get out while we're here?
Mostly just a thank you to everybody who has sent something, but also encouraging if you are thinking about recycling, start saving your filament, keep your PLA and PETG separate. I'd love to recycle it for you. If you're interested in the filament, it is up on my TikTok shop. But the other thing I have to say thank you for is how many people have actually gone and bought that filament. As fast as I put it up on the shop, it's bought and gone, and so that was the reason for upgrading the line so that I can get a little bit more up.
Nice.
But no, I feel so grateful to everybody in this community for how they have embraced us trying to do this recycling and how patient people have been and the time it's taken me, and so yeah, that's really it.
I think people are. I think we were all sort of like, we don't know what to do, but we know something should be done.
Yeah.
Like, we know this isn't good.
Yeah.
So I think that's where everybody's probably coming from. They're like, oh, Erika's doing it.
Let's do
yeah,
it.
let's
Yes.
do exactly. What does she need me to do? All right,
Yes.
we're good.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. All right. So I guess now let's see if does anybody in chat have any questions for us? For Erika, not for me. Don't ask me questions. You know me.
Got questions? How are you doing today? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's quite the setup there.
So BK says here soon you'll need another crusher.
Yes, yeah, another crusher, another extrusion line. We joked that we need a PLA line and a PETG line. That way I could run them both.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my garage space is somewhat limited.
Well, I think we all fight space a little bit.
Right.
I think I know my I have a 20 by 20 bonus room. I'm doing all my printing and it's not big enough. I need it bigger.
Yeah, it's now. Printers will grow to fill your space.
Yeah, they will. We'll have no problem wall-to-wall printer in the space. It is. It is always hard. Yeah. Can you see the chat?
I can't. Sorry, I don't see very well.
That's okay. C says space is always hard.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it really is. If you've seen my extrusion line, it's like an 8-foot line that's about to become a 10-foot line.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? No? None? Going once? I can't
Who wants
keep
to
her
hear
forever.
the story of how I broke my finger yesterday?
Yes, let's hear the story.
It's not a good one. I just tripped while hiking. Came all the way up here for this convention. We were going to hike for a few hours before it. Went up to Rocky Mountain, tripped, caught myself on a rock, was really proud to have caught myself. Broke. There was only 2 miles left in the hike, though, so perfect time to do it, right?
You've also seen the hospital here then.
No, I did this myself. This is a home done tape job.
Medical professional. It's
Oh,
fine.
yes. I've got the tape in my bag. It's right here. I'm ready to go if anybody else has a broken finger.
Just a little duct tape. That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Make too big of a deal of having all our bones intact.
Right. I mean, who needs all of there's 206. I mean, that's
a lot.
fine.
Now I've got 207, you know?
Right. Just getting more. It's fine. Well, I won't hold you so you can get back to the event, but thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little bit and answering some questions.
Yeah, thank you.
And I will catch up with you and we'll see if we can't do like a dinner or something.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Give me your mic. I'll leave this for you. And I'll find the bag down here.
Yeah.
Try not to hug any more strangers while I'm here today.
Well, you know, hey, listen, everybody needs love.